We have a very good show. Melissa Etheridge is here. Am I saying that correctly, Paul? Etheridge?
Etheridge, I believe.
That's right. And our first guest, Carrie Fisher. And oh, by the way, when we found out she was available for the program tonight, we thought, what better evening than to produce and plan and show to you folks our salute to Star Wars. It's here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. That was great, wasn't it?
Salute to Star Wars.
Yeah, the salute to Star Wars. We'll be doing that all night long. Our first guest is a lovely and talented actress whose book, Postcards from the Edge, won the Penn West Award for Best First Novel. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to this program, Carrie Fisher. How you been?
It's so relaxing to hear that music. It sets me right out.
You look terrific.
You don't think I look a little like Bazooka Joe?
I don't know what that means.
You know that you find it.
Comic, yeah.
I usually look like Joey Heatherton or Judy Carn or one of the Dave Clark Five, so I'm told.
Really? One of the Dave Clark Five?
So I fixed my hair but it ended up looking like Bazooka Joe.
Geez, no, I would never have Bazooka Joe, no. That wouldn't have come to mind. But you look, I think, terrific.
Well, thanks.
When was the last time you were here?
During the tour.
Oh, the book tour.
The book tour, right at the end of it.
Yeah. Now, you won the award for Best First Novel. And what do you get? What is the award?
A piece of paper. My mother picked it up. She said to write on, paper to write on. She said she was the only person not dressed in black. She was wearing red with the traditional celebrity diamond brooch.
But this is, in the literary world, a nice award, isn't it?
Yeah. The only other thing I've won is second place in a frozen downhill waterbed contest. So.
Also from the same people?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a literary event.
That's what I thought, sure. Now, do they give a prize for best second novel?
Not in my case, no.
So
probably not.
No.
I hope.
Yeah. And you've just come from Peru recently, or not recently?
I came from Peru, hoping to get some sort of anecdote for this show, and I failed.
How long were you there?
For a week.
And this was for a vacation?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes. Actually, I heard that the economy was very bad, so I hope to do my Christmas shopping down there and help boost the.
Good idea.
But the inflation, which was at 2,000% since September, went up 7% while I was there.
Yeah.
So.
And you fly from where to
To Miami, to Lima, which is a city that has a law that you don't have to pay any taxes on any unfinished buildings. So there are no finished buildings in Peru. So it's kind of a mess.
Yeah.
And yet.
Did you get out to the surrounding countrysides?
Went to Machu Picchu, where the wind comes screaming down the plains.
Howard Keel, wasn't he in that?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. And what is now? It's a very high elevation, isn't it?
Yes. Well, Cusco is very high, and you get sleeping sickness. It's like a preview of old age. Your naps 3 times a day.
Some kind of edema.
Yeah. Whew, can't walk up that hill. I really better lay down.
Yeah.
And then Machu Picchu is the Incan city, which they don't know why it was built, and I think it might be spiritual, but I wouldn't know.
Yeah. Dated to what time?
I don't remember, but long ago, before any of my family were in show business.
So what? Like talking about the 30s?
I think it has a BC flavor.
I see. Is this a big tourist place? Do a lot of people?
Not right now, because the day that we left, the mayor of Jersey City's wife was killed on the train, and I thought they'd find out that I was married to someone who was born in New Jersey, and they would kill me, but it didn't happen.
Now was it disgruntled train union members that did this?
No, it was the Shining Path, which is a Maoist or leftist organization that likes to remind the country that they're there. And so they do blackouts, and they do train wrecks and stuff like that.
And for the folks in Peru, it's an ongoing way of life.
Yeah.
Now, did you ever, other than this, feel personally in danger?
No, not more than in the usual way.
And what is the usual way?
I'm a nervous person.
Oh, you're jumpy, yeah.
Yeah, I have a high-strung thing.
Did you meet other Americans down there?
Yes, there was some New Age let's see, what do they call chiropractors from Florida who actually had a look at me, and I got an adjustment in the ruins.
No kidding.
I did.
So
They noticed I was walking like Buck Henry,
your
which
ruins
happens
have been acting up
after
then, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
After you know Buck for a while, you start to get hunched over and stuff.
And what kind of fellow does this?
He had a long ponytail. His name was Joel Friedman, and he and his wife were down
There's
there.
a new age name, huh?
Well, yeah.
And so he stretches you out.
He worked on my lower back with magnets right there in the energy center of the Incans, which I think is an ideal spot.
Now, were you in a trance? Were you hypnotized? Was your wallet missing? Any of this
Not more
happened?
than usual.
No, I see. Yeah. And what did it take? Do you feel better for the
I
adjustment?
feel like a new person. I really do. I feel terrific, and I wanted to come on the show. I
Well,
felt so
good. I appreciate that. And what are we doing?
Commercials.
And not only is Carrie Fisher here, but it's our big salute to Star Wars. So after the commercial. Welcome back. I remember that. We ran into one another at an airport and you just ignored me.
No, I thought you
did.
thought I was some psycho fan. And
No.
you sort of talked to me.
I have no fans, psycho or otherwise.
I'm
So
a psycho fan.
I knew it was you, and I said to myself, that's odd. She's just ignored me.
I thought you ignored me.
And I thought for a second you thought perhaps I was a skycap.
Well, and no.
Yeah, but I do remember that. That
All
was
right, well,
back
so
in
we
the summer.
both-
And now here we are in the dead of winter.
This is so beautiful.
Now your book is going to be a huge film one of these days. Soon?
Maybe in the summer if I get the script right.
Did you sell the rights for a lot of money?
Not that I've received, no.
But
I sold the rights. I don't know if it's a lot of money.
Nah, and let's go back for a second. It was a bestseller for how many weeks?
About 3 or 4.
Yeah, but that's pretty good. That's moving a lot of
me?
books. Yeah, for a first
For a
time.
novel without, one of those celebrity autobiography with photos.
Yeah, we're all sick of those, by the way. So
Thank you.
I commend you on your ability to turn out a piece of fiction and have it be on the bestseller list. I think that's very impressive.
Well, thanks.
So you made a big fat wad of dough on the book initially.
Dinner's on me. Drinks are on the house. No,
The salute to Star Wars has
It's
really
really
paid off,
paid
hasn't it? By the way, speaking of that, let me show you what else we did. See, that's Al Marr, one of our stagehands over there. Look, he's all part of the salute to Star Wars.
That's Star Trek.
Yeah, I know it's
Star Trek, but it's all the same
I know.
genre.
We were on vacation. That's the best we could do. Thanks, Al. Good luck on the subway. Okay. So now, are you writing the screenplay?
I wrote
for
the
this?
script, and I think I've finished it, except for some noodling around. You were actually in the novel.
Is that right?
Yeah, in a way. It was sort of a tribute to you, and now there's this tribute to me. It's very, very nice.
All part of God's great plan. But now, will you in the movie? Will you play?
No, Stallone. I told you before. He will play
You.
you.
No,
me.
no.
He will play me. Yeah.
But you'll be in the film. Won't
No, of course not. No, a lucky girl will play me.
you? Yeah. See, I think this is the beginning of a period in your life when you can become one of the most powerful women in show business.
Really, at my height too.
Yeah.
That'll
Well,
be
no,
great.
I'm serious because you
Short women.
write books and you write screenplays and produce films and also
I
star.
don't produce them. I don't know how you do that.
Well, I don't either.
I
But
think you have to be a guy and wear a suit.
anyway, I hope all of this works out really well for you. Now, tell me about your trip to Russia.
I went to Russia, again, hoping for an anecdote for this show.
Mm-hmm.
And I did get put in a detention center for people who were too stupid to have remembered to bring their visas.
No kidding.
And
you
so
you
I
actually
was not the gulag, but the jet log, as I like to call it. And I was placed there for 24 hours.
Wow. And were they nice to you? You were actually
Very nice.
Yeah.
They seem to like Americans. They don't like Germans. And you could understand 20 million in the Second World War.
Yeah. Well. So they got your visa taken care of.
Yep.
And then what did you do?
Well, it was a film delegation, and so we would go with our films, and they would watch American films, and then we would stand up at the end, and they would ask us questions. And they would watch the films with such rapt attention, like they were receiving instruction for something very important to them. And so they never, during the whole Star Wars film, which is not a film that requires a lot of concentration, even though, I mean, maybe, yes, it does. Yes, it does. Certain kind of, but they would watch it like it was, they were sitting under an interesting tanning machine.
They're quite popular in Russia now, aren't they? The whole
No, I
beach look
think-
is in now.
Yeah.
But did you get a sense that they knew of you at all?
Not at all.
Did they know of your films at all? What about the title Star Wars?
No, they
Now
didn't like that. They showed Empire Strikes Back because they didn't want to show Star Wars because of the tie-in to SDI. And in fact, after the films, I was asked at every screening what I thought of nuclear war. Which is great. I think it's fabulous. I mean, what are you going to say? Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Come on.
Hard to muster a lot of support.
Yeah. So I didn't like that.
How long were you over there?
For 10 days.
And what cities?
Just Moscow and Leningrad.
I see. And of the two, which did you prefer?
Leningrad because it has a thin layer of film covering it, and I thought it was good to have a film.
There you go. And the film, I'm guessing, is Soot, perhaps?
No, I don't. We saw a lot of their films, which they simultaneously translated. And one guy got so wacky, he was translating the images. Well, and now they are walking from the town.
So it's more like radio than an actual film, then, isn't it? And the people were nice?
Very nice.
And the food was?
Not good.
Not good.
It's third world food. Is usually you can get potatoes, and that's kind of your best thing.
A lot of boiled gray stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you have a brand new film coming out that you'll be starring in your own self, as we say.
Well, I play Tom Hanks's wife, a suburban housewife, and mother of, I think, an 8 to 10-year-old person.
Well, there you go. What's the name of the film?
The Burbs.
The Burbs. Nice to see you, and thanks for being part of Salute to Star Wars. Salute to Star Wars.